Action 10's Cole Vaughn with your Doppler 10 weather forecast.
All right, well, we'll start things off here with a time lapse you see from Kingsville. This is from the Nissan Chevrolet out there. You see the cloudy skies that we had all day today and the cold temperatures that were around most of the coastal bend. You see those palm trees blowing in the wind. It was a windy day out there. Really just a very winter-like day. In fact, one of the coldest afternoons, possibly the coldest afternoon that we have seen all winter long. And here are those temperatures. You see we're 43 right now in Corpus Christi. Temperatures pretty much been falling throughout the day today. We actually hit our high temperature of 51 degrees at midnight last night. We've pretty much been falling ever since. 41 in Beeville, the same reading out there for you in Orange Grove, and 45 down in Falfurrias. Now the temperature difference, this is taking the temperature from yesterday at this time and then comparing it to what it is now. Most locations are seeing it about 20 to 30 degrees cooler. So this was a cold front that came through with a powerful punch. Now on Doppler radar, we have a couple of little green specks showing up. There is a couple of sprinkles out there across the coastal bend, nothing too significant. Further off to the north, though, they had some interesting things unfold. You see all this pink showing up on radar? That is a little bit of sleet that was falling from the sky. And then if you see a little white and blue showing up on there at the top of the screen, that is actually where they were seeing either graupel, which is kind of like a Dippin' Dot falling from the sky, kind of the mixture of sleet and snow, or it was in fact snow flurries that were falling. Much of the case now for over there in East Texas, and then further on up closer to Dallas is where they're seeing a little bit of that snowfall now. You see down here in the coastal bend, though, everything remains liquid, and any rain that we have over the next couple of days will remain in liquid form. Now temperatures across the state, most everybody's in the 30s and 40s, so very chilly for everybody. But then you factor in that wind and it feels even colder than what it actually is. Feels like 24 in Amarillo. It feels like 27 right now in Abilene. And it feels like 35 down here in Corpus Christi. So we're inching closer and closer to it actually feeling like it's freezing outside. But there is a change on the way, and we don't have to wait too long to get to it. In fact, by tomorrow night, we're already going to see some changes unfold. So here's a look at the setup for tonight. We've got some warm air that exists out over the Gulf of Mexico. That's along with a little warm front and a coastal trough. And this is going to start to pull some of that warmer air closer to the coastal bend. We're, of course, still in the cold air at this time. So as we head into tomorrow afternoon, same situation. Still nice and cold here in the coastal bend. But by tomorrow evening, we already see that warm front start to inch its way into the coastal bend. So this is by 3 o'clock on Sunday morning. Most of us sleeping on Saturday night. You can see that that warm air is going to start to take over portions of the coastal bend while everybody else is still in the cold air. So there is going to be a big variation as we wake up on Sunday morning, because here's going to be the setup. We're going to have lots of warm air for parts of the coastal bend and still lots of cold air for other parts. That could mean we have 60s off to the northeast and 40s off to the west, just depending on exactly where this sets up. Now, if this were to wiggle a tad to the east, Corpus Christi could still be left in the cold for Sunday morning. Regardless of what happens, this is all going to start to push in, and everybody will be in the warm and humid air as we head into Sunday afternoon. So we're going to see that change occur. It's just a question on exactly when that occurs and exactly how quickly it happens. But we'll all be in the 60s as we head into Sunday. Then as we get into Monday, warm and humid air continues to flow into the region, which is going to take things back up to the 70s. So for tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be another very cold day. Temperatures in the 40s pretty much all day long, around 40 as you wake up. Drizzle is going to be a possibility all day, and then we're up there in the upper 40s by the time we finish up the day. Well, now it's time for your 7-day forecast, brought to you by AutoNation. Gear up with a new truck. AutoNation's New Year, New Truck event is on. Rush to the AutoNation store near you. So as we head into Sunday, we see that warm-up already occurring. A little bit of sea fog will be possible again. Still warm on Monday at 77 degrees. We have a cold front coming through. Tuesday and Wednesday are back into the 60s, but by Valentine's Day and next Friday, it looks like we're still looking at the 70s. Andy?